Hi all my friends. So I'm about to take my last journey in my truck. And so I just want to do this first little clip, and it's really bittersweet. I mean, I love this truck, I really do. And it's, I know we get attached to things in life, and I lost my house. I lost over, I don't know, 2/3 of everything I own. Now I'm losing my truck. But I'm gaining the van, right? The Explorer van. So why I wanted to bring you on this journey, because as you minimalize, you do have to let go of things. And sometimes we do have to let go of things that mean something to us sometimes, to hopefully maybe have a better life. But also remember, it's bittersweet. I mean, I always dreamed of traveling in a van. I mean, it's been a long life dream, but at the same time, it came at a cost. I mean, I was literally forced into it, into that dream. And so that's why I'm vlogging, right? This is my journey. This is the journey that some people will go on. Some people will just say, this is what I want to do, and they're going to do it and then, yeah, not even, or some people want to do it, but they're going to have to lose things or let go of things that mean things to them, but they want to do it, but it's still going to be hard. But this, I wanted to do this, but I don't think I maybe would have pushed myself to do it. But circumstances in life did push me into this. And so this is my journey, and letting go of more and more things in my life that did mean something to me. And I don't know if I would be doing these things if circumstances would have been different. So I hope that this all makes sense to everybody. This is why I'm taking you on this part of my journey, because it's still a part of it. All right, so I'm gonna do this journey without you guys, though. I'm gonna go down there, and then I'm gonna talk about why I went with this dealer, why my choices of doing it, okay, and then some other things going on too, okay. All right, so here I go on this journey. All right, so now it's time to talk about the truck now. It's been another day, so Saturday, and Friday is the day that I let it go. So I did need to get through that process. And also, I was busy. I had to deposit the money that they gave me, and I had so much other stuff that I had to do, and so it just wasn't, I wasn't able to get a video out until today. But to ease everybody's minds, and I'm so thankful for all of my friends out there that were commenting, and they were so concerned. All you, I'm just love you guys so much, and thank you for your concern of going to a dealer. Like, no, a dealer, don't go to a dealer. Now, just to try to make this quick, is I had a relationship with this dealer. So it wasn't just a random dealer out there and, hey, what would you give me for my truck? This was the actual Toyota dealer that I bought the truck from. I had a relationship with them. I always had the truck serviced with them. Okay, so they knew the history of this truck from the time I got it for the past 11 years. Okay, so that's what made this deal so easy. The other thing is that they were always very honest. I mean, no matter whether you go to a dealer or another mechanic out there, and especially as women, you have to be careful that they're not going to sucker you, or finding a good mechanic. And they always were very honest with me. There's things that they knew that I needed to have done, and if it didn't have to be done, they were completely honest and said, okay, this doesn't have to be done now, but you might need to get this done. So they were always very good about that with me, or my maintenance schedules and things like that. And I did it at my time schedule. So they were wonderful. But in the end, about a year ago, there was an oil leak that they did find, just the beginning of one, nothing major. And again, if they were dishonest, they could have said, oh, this has to be done right now, you know, but they didn't. They just said it's the start of an oil leak. Keep an eye on your oil, but as it gets worse, and we're going to need to get in there and get this done, but they did say it would be about $2,000. Now, I wasn't going to, you know, just go with them even on that one, anything large like that. That was actually the only problem I've ever had with that truck, of an indication of something happening. But I was going to get other quotes, other places. I wasn't just going to run to them. But it always was in the back of my mind when I got this van that, oh no, this is going to need to have this checked pretty soon, or, you know, I'm just thankful that it didn't get worse. It held its own all this time. Wasn't leaking major oil, nothing that had to be concerned about. So anyway, so with that in mind, and I also parked, keep in mind, I always park the truck inside a garage. I had a house with a garage. I always parked it inside for 10 years. I did that whenever I wasn't traveling around with it. It was just, you know, had a great paint job, okay, on it. It was preserved. It had 112,000 miles on it, so that's another consideration. So they send me over to the used car dealer. So I went over there, and they talked with each other, so they knew that I had a history with them and with the truck. So the guy comes out and he says, well, you know, we normally don't buy vehicles that have that high of mileage, but since it's a Toyota, you bought it from us and you always had it serviced with us, they're going to take those things into consideration. So he went back, he crunched, you know, whatever the numbers or whatever phone calls, I don't know what he did, but he also knew my story. I did share why I'm in a van, what's happening. You know, I was thrown out of work, had to, you know, sell my house, lost everything, you know. So there's a little sympathy thing going on there too, I think. So he goes away and he comes back and he says, okay, how about this amount of money? And I was, you know, inside I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, you know, but I stayed very calm and I said, oh, okay, that sounds great, you know, and I arranged, okay, maybe tomorrow, and I'll get everything out of my vehicle, and you have to take it to my storage unit and just get everything out, and I'll try to come back by tomorrow. And he told me the time to come back by in order to get a check, and I said, okay. So yeah, and then when I got to the truck and I got inside, that's when I went, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I really got $2,000 more for that truck than I ever anticipated. So I was very, very excited and happy. And the guy that was going to buy, also interested in, you know, buying it, he didn't want to give me that much. He says, no, I'm not going to give you that much, you know. And I said, okay, you know. So it was smooth, went in there, signed the paperwork, easy, done. Okay. So no, I can't be happier. It all went well. I'm sure if I went to any other dealer out there, they would not have given me that much, but I think it's just because I had the relationship with them, so everything went well. So I hope that eases everybody's mind that, you know, that it did work out really well for me. Okay, so now we're going to talk about another subject that everybody is wondering, is the Dometic refrigerator, and then also what's coming up here for my plans. Okay. Okay, so very briefly, I'm going to talk just a quick update, but there'll be more of a a longer or more in-depth update of my Dometic refrigerator. But I get a lot of questions. What happened to the Dometic? Da 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 da. Did you keep it? So many things like that. So remember, this is a real-time video, but then after this, I will go back to finish the journey of getting my solar. So I'm sorry to bounce back and forth, but yeah, there's just so much real life stuff going on top of still trying to finish my my adventure and getting everything that I was going to need for my van. And so sorry to bounce back and forth, but also I like to have some videos on hand to release when I'm going to hit the road, because when I do hit the road, for my safety, I try to be a week or a week and a half, almost even up to 2 weeks behind on releasing those kind of videos, because of not for safety of not having people know my whereabouts. So until after I'm out of that area. So I apologize for that, but it is what it is. I am a woman on the road, and I actually do want to do a more in-depth video coming up of women's safety on the road and some things to be doing and considerations to be doing to be safe on the road. But especially a woman who has a channel, we have to make everything more safe, or just more precautionary measures. So that's what's going to happen. So I'll be going back to those solar. It's exciting when I start to release more of that in my journey and in depth of my solar and my whole system. So it is an amazing system, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But now, why I got that Dometic, and I'll probably repeat this when I go into the solar more in depth, was I have a small space in here to put the refrigerator. So this was in my consideration when I got it. This is the space that I had to deal with because of my dog's kennel. Now, it's still surprising me that Buster is living this long, but I have to have this kennel as long as I have 2 dogs when I'm traveling. And then Buster, I guess he's sleeping back in there. I need to feed him real soon here. And then Milo is out here. Milo, pop, 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 pop. He's chewing on his leg. Milo. He's got a little itchy on the back of his, leg there. But anyway, so I had to fit this refrigerator in this particular spot. And it also has to be able to breathe. It has vents around it on the back and the sides. So there's just this small space to be able to work with in here, okay? Because it's very tight with everything I have going on in here, because remember, I'm living in here. This is full-time living. So, yeah, so maybe later when Buster is no longer with me, I know it's gonna happen, but I try not to think about that so much right now. But when that happens, then it will open up this space quite a bit more. I'll go down to maybe a smaller table in here. Definitely Milo's kennel that I have for him just alone is half the size, much smaller. So it'll open up a lot of this space. So maybe later I can sell this refrigerator, or I have someone in mind that honestly I may give it to this special person in my life. And so, yeah, so, and then get a bigger one. Okay, so, but right now I got to make it work because of my dogs. They come first, and then I work around everything else. Okay, so with that in mind, yeah, but it's working out as far as the stuff inside. And now there is dairy, there's cheese in there, but that's for my dogs. I know Mango might go, there's dairy in there, but I give their medicine, Buster's, all of his meds, I put inside of cheese. It's just much easier to do it that way for him. Okay, all right, I'm trying not to make you guys dizzy here, but yeah, so it's all working really well with everything going on in here. And so I can't be happier with everything going on. And then so from here on, the plan is to work on getting out of here. So it's all just the timing of getting out, getting all the last minute stuff done, last minute things taken care of. And then I'm not sure what direction I'm going to go. I might go coast. I might still try to attempt to go inland over you know, the passes, mountain passes, but it really is going to depend on the weather, and there's some crazy stuff happening with the weather bouncing back and forth right now. So I'll just, you know, figure things out as the beginning of the week goes on, okay? All right, so with that in mind, that's the update on everything and what's going to happen. But I will be hitting the road very, very soon, definitely coming up. All right, I love all my friends out there. I love you guys and gals, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.